Good morning and welcome to the automation question of the week. Today is Friday. It's 9:07 in the morning. It's September 6th, 2024. Hope you all are having a great day. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I know for some reason Facebook wouldn't work this morning, so my apologies to anybody who typically watches on Facebook. I don't know what's going on. They've been having a lot of problems lately. So, in any case, let's go ahead and take a look at this week's question. And the question that came in, I didn't make up a special slide for this. The question that came in was, Sean, could you explain in control logics and compact logics, could you explain tasks, programs, and routines to me a different way? Give me another way to kind of conceptualize this. So here's what I came up with, and I wanted to share it with you. First of all, when you're looking at tasks inside of a control logics or compact logics, and I'm going to speak in generics here because there's a lot of caveats I cover in my courses. But I want you to think of tasks as a timing bucket for your code, okay? So you can have a continuous task that runs all the time, right? And that's what you get by default. And yes, that's good. PLCs are designed to run 24/7, right? Um, you can have periodic tasks where you determine to run your code every, I don't know, 10 milliseconds, 50 milliseconds, 100 milliseconds. People ask, why would you do that? Well, if you have a super huge program, then you don't need to scale your analog or scale your variables every 10 milliseconds if the analog card's only updating every 40 milliseconds, right? So that's one example. Usually there's a lot of information. Like think of how fast an operator can react to an HMI screen. Typically, if our HMI screen's updating 10 times a second, that's considered fast, snappy, right? And so do we really need to massage data for the HMI every 10 milliseconds? No, we don't. But in any case, so that's a task. So we have continuous, which is the default. We have periodic, and you can run them both. And then we have event-based. The one thing you want to keep in mind, because the continuous task runs as fast as it can, it has the lowest priority. Otherwise, nobody will be able to interrupt it. So, program task and event task interrupt the continuous tasks. Periodic task and event task interrupt the continuous task. Again, if you want to know more about that, check out my courses. The next part is programs. I tell people to think of programs like a bucket for your code and tags, right? You could have global tags and your controller tags, but what if you wanted to have some program tags or local tags? Well, your program is a bucket for your code and your tags, your routine and your tags. And while you can only have 32 tasks, in the current releases of Studio 5000, you can have up to 1,000 programs in a task. As a matter of fact, if you see a program under your task, it is scheduled to run, right? There is a separate folder for unscheduled programs, but any program you see under your task is scheduled to run in that task. It is ready for duty. And then inside of a program, you have your code routines that can be, one of several different languages, ladder logic, function block, structured text, sequential function clock, sequential function chart, and the PackML language, which eludes me what Rockwell calls that right now. But it's like phase manager. I think it's phase manager. But, and I could be leaving something out. Sequence manager, maybe. I don't know. So in any case, routines are the actual code you write. And in each program, there's only one main routine, right? Kind of like in the old PLC 5 and SLC 500, you had ladder file 2. Well, inside of a program, only one routine runs. And then, if you want others to run, you jump or call them from that main routine. And so a program is a bucket that holds your routines and your tags. A task is a bucket that determines time execution, like continuous or every 10 milliseconds. And, your routines are just your code. And there's a nice picture. And this is actually the 1756 UM001. If you want to go to ab.com and take a look at it. And I'm looking for the bigger picture. I'll just zoom in here, one of these. So you can see that. That's what it looks like. That kind of looks like Iris Logix 5000, not Studio 5000, because the new graphics. But they both look pretty much the same. And you can see, yes, you can have continuous tasks. You can see multiple programs there. You can have periodic tasks as well. And there's a bigger picture that shows them both in the same program. You don't have to have a continuous task if you don't want it. And there's limits on event tasks in like the compact logics, depending which platform you have. So in any case, that is the question of the week. I hope you find that helpful. Anybody out there who's like, hey, what's up with tasks, programs, and routines? That's the skinny on it. If you want to know all the gory details and you need personal support and with your Q&A, check out my courses. Most of them start at $50 over at theautomationschool.com. What else do I want to talk about? There's a couple other things here. First of all, if you are enrolled in one of my $50 or greater courses at theautomationschool.com, we have every Friday, I'm doing office hours from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. You know, if you're at work, ask your boss for a break so you can go ask your instructor some questions. I sit in my office with the Teams meeting on, and you can just pop in anytime. I ask folks not to talk about any proprietary stuff during that because there could be multiple people popping in and out, multiple students. But again, I do this every Friday, 9:30 to 10:30. If you can't make it, but you want to leave a question, you can post it there too, and I'll cover it on the Q&A the following week. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, so this is the automationschool.com you're looking at right now. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is the automationblog.com. Just to let you guys know that if you want to get all of the long form, like I just did a half an hour Q&A for level 2 members, and I did last week, we had a video of the podcast that was members only, level 1 and up. We also have a long format, usually 20 to 30 minutes on the news, that is for level 1 members and up. And so if you want to get, plus all the previous episodes, if you want to get that for $250, starting at $250 a week, you can become a member either at theautomationblog.com or on YouTube, and you'll help me grow the company. Man, I can't wait that we could actually hire another person in here. It would be so great to have somebody running all the graphics and stuff as I'm doing this. But hey, I'm having fun even without that. So, but in any case, please consider being a member if you find this content helpful. And with that, I think that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys have an awesome Friday. I hope you have an awesome weekend. I want to wish you all good health and happiness. And until next time, my friends, peace.